Alright, let's do this. I think we've had enough anticipation, enough waiting. You know what, let's just wait a few more minutes. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Admittedly, I do not have a full cam thing on here, I don't think. No, I don't. So, we'll just go ahead and use this. So, welcome to the stream. As you guys know, tonight I am drawing for the Monster Hunter 4 demo codes. I have 7 collected myself to give away. There's about 10 people that entered. So unfortunately, not everyone's going to get one. I do apologize about that. But hey, that's how contests work. But through friends, I have collected several. So, let's see. And I've decided to extend the entries until the end of the stream. My wife had a great idea. We're going to do a couple at the beginning here. We're going to do a couple in the middle, and then a couple more at the end. So, until all the codes are claimed. Alright, so first off, let me see if this will work. I have some music for the entry. Let me know if that's too loud. So, let's go to winners. Draw one winner now. Yes, I know it's not finished. I want to draw a winner. Let me do it. Alright, we have a Twitter account. Lance the Paladin is the first winner. Pyrokinetic Wolf, is that you? You said your name was the same as what's on this entry here. So, Lance the Paladin on Twitter. So you can be, since you entered through Twitter, you can expect a message through Twitter. And we'll do one more for the beginning here. Let's see. Got a Hunter 1201. Hunter 1201. Let's see. It looks like you entered by email, so I will email you yours. So there's our first two winners. Now there are 5 more possible winners throughout the rest of the show tonight, so don't worry about that. I will get in contact with people after the stream. But as it stands right now, we have 2 winners out of the 7. So I don't really have a clean way to fade that out. It's a YouTube video, so we'll just manually do it. All right. Let me minimize the contest. Minimize the YouTube. Okay. So let's pick up where we left off yesterday on the platformers list. If at any point you want to see the games that are being played, it's ! platformers in the chat. It'll give you a link to the website for the list that I'm using. And in case you're a newcomer, what I've been doing is PlatformPower.com has put together a list of 253 Super Nintendo platformers, which they believe is every single one possible. I think there might be 1 or 2 that it's missing, but I am at least playing them all. Not playing them through to completion. I'm not doing anything fancy like that. I'm just trying to showcase them on the stream. So every night we go through about 9 or 10 on average, and there's some good ones that get a bit more time, and there's some not so good ones that don't get a lot of time, and then there's some not so good ones that get more time than they deserve, like First Samurai did last night. That it's in my previous broadcasts. It will be highlighted, and it will be on YouTube later on. If at any point you want to go back and watch previous parts of this stream, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's just Marcus Raven, and I'm going to be collecting them all there, but you can also check my past broadcasts as well. I have not been highlighting everything. I've been exporting to YouTube. So YouTube is the one where you can watch everything. So anyway, I've talked enough. Let's get going. Next drawing will be closer to 8 o'clock Eastern. So in about 45 minutes. So as you can see, I'm emulating. Oh yeah, Erican, thanks for that. Go ahead and add my friend code. If you add me as a friend on 3DS, pop me a message through Twitch or Twitter or something with your friend code so I can add you on my end. And if you're interested in adding me on Steam or the Wii U, it's just Marcus Raven. Simple as that. So, where we left off last night. Where's my controller? Ah! My wife moved it. Okay, so, tonight we are starting with a game called Flashback. I have no idea what this is. Now, I have turned up the computer audio as high as it'll go. The emulator's turned down a bit, so it shouldn't be overpowering. If you can hear the game and me pretty well, let me know. I have a big ordeal with audio balance. This is reminding me a lot of Another World. We're not at the M's yet, Eric, and nice try. I don't think this is slowdown. I think this game just... the intro runs this slow, but this is impressive. Turn it up a little bit in my headphones here so I can actually hear it. All right. Yeah, if at any point the audio seems a little off, feel free to tell me. I have no problem making adjustments because I want you guys to be able to hear the game. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Another World. Okay, that's a gun. If you want to add me, send me your friend code in a Twitch message or something along those lines. I got a hollow cube. Woo! I have abso-friggin-lutely no idea what I'm doing. I have 200 points. That's awesome. Ah, B is the use item. That's a little weird. Yeah, this was a Super Nintendo game? Hey, it's me! Oh, okay. New Washington. Apparently I recorded a message without remembering it. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I can skip it. Let's go back to... okay, that's shield. Gun. That's how to shoot. Okay. Nope, that is not what I want to do. Trying to figure out what to do next. So maybe this game gets a little Prince of Persia-y. It's a weird way to put it. Okay. Hmm. Well, now I appear to be stuck, so that's awesome. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's come back up here. Maybe there's a switch I missed? Okay, holding Y and pressing up jumps across gaps. That's both weird and... I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. I'm gonna shoot it. I blew it up. I pistol whipped it to death. You know, like you do. There's no background music in this game. It's kind of depressing. Unlimited bullets. You just have fun with your little dongle over there. Control scheme is a little weird, but I'll get used to it. Yeah. What are the chances of death if I go over there? I'm assuming fairly high. Okay, so I can't just hang. Somehow we gotta take care of the annoying little robot. Or I could just run past him like he's not even there. I don't know what you are. But I killed you. I have picked up a stone. Okay. Dude, you're shooting through a door. How did you even know I was there if there's a door? I'm gonna whip the bastard. Okay, so little droid things can, in fact, follow me. They're also not very good at it. I just smacked him. Oh, that was great. Let's see what that does. Cartridge. Not sure. Oh, come on. Leave me alone. Whatever it is, I didn't do it. Cartridge lock. I need a fully charged magnetic cartridge. Ah, so the cartridge I have is not charged. I love how this little pistol just blows them away. Okay. The controls are a little clunky. What just... Apparently that killed me. Yeah, apparently that killed me. And we start all the way over. Ugh. Well, let's grab the cartridge. Actually, we've seen a good bit of this one. We do have more games to get to, plus another drawing for the Monster Hunter codes. So let me go ahead and see what is next. Let's see. Well, the next game ought to be interesting. It looks like it's a game called Frantic Flea. That was an interesting game, to say the least. I'm really not sure what to think of this game. Let's just start. I don't need no practice. I might have wanted to choose practice. The Wacky Labs. Collect 20 of whatever. I don't know what I'm collecting. Whoa! Okay. That looks to be my exit. I'm going to pretend I understand what's going on. Because right now, I have no ever-loving clue. Okay, so the more fleas I have behind me, the better my attack appears to be. Neat. Okay. It's weird, but it's not terrible. Complete. Some of these games, I tell you, yeah, no kidding, Erican. No kidding. Overall, this one's not terrible. I like the funky beat. Don't you vacuum up my flea child. Okay, so falling off the bottom, not the best idea. There is a possibility of falling off in this one. Good to know. Ow! Okay. Wow, first level was rather forgiving. This one, not so much. This one has pulled out all the stops. Oh. No, come back here. Oh. Okay, so it appears those fleas are kind of like rings in Sonic. Which is strange, but I'm not entirely unopposed to it. Okay. Solid. There you are. Oh no, I understand, Eric. Can you go ahead and get you some coffee there? The lifeblood of the gods. What the? Well, this is rather obnoxious. Yep, very obnoxious. Where do you... How come the little flea can jump through there and I can't? I feel this stage is going to lead me to the game over, and we're just going to call it quits after that. Okay. That is such a tiny platform. Better. Hey, get back here. I don't rightfully remember the percentage needed. Also, it appears that I just screwed up royally. Oh my gosh. This game went from not terrible to balls to the wall hard really fast. And then there's that. No lives left. Game over. Well, let's move on then, shall we? Okay. Next game in the Fs. Front mission. This game is from Squaresoft. It's also Japanese. Yeah, front mission, gun hazard. New game. You know what? Sure, that's my name. This is wonderful. Punch, punch, punch! Yeah, why don't a lot of these games have background music? Well, it is on a Super Nintendo emulator, ZSNES to be precise. So yeah, it's on a computer, but it is a Super Nintendo game. Oh no! That health says no limit, which means I can't stop him. Or no data, excuse me. Okay. I'm gonna pretend I know what's going on. Yeah, I wish I could read it too. I did it! I don't know what I did. Seems like a neat game. Makes me wonder if there's a translation patch somewhere. We'll go here. I can upgrade. But everything brings me back here. So maybe that option is a return option. Let's see what this one is. I can't use that. Fine. Yeah, a translation patch would probably make this a lot easier to understand, because there seems to be some depth here that I'm just not grasping. I have saved the game. I really have no idea what's going on. equipment and... My goodness. We might have to move on from this one, because I just cannot figure it out. Did we get lucky? We got lucky. We can play another level. Punched a person. I'm gonna pretend I know what's going on. Well, Irrigan, don't drink it when it comes straight out of the pot. Give it some time to cool. I'm gonna pretend I understand what's going on, and hope that something bad isn't happening because the music got epic. This is front mission. Now what I want to know is if there's an English version and I grabbed the wrong one. Because this seems like a pretty cool game. I'd be all for playing this one on a dedicated stream. Can you guys quit talking so I can actually do something besides jump back and forth from the truck? Thank you. My truck! That was my truck. It's a 1 hour showcase, if not more. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what happened, but I apparently did it. So we're just going to assume that I did something right. You know what, Pyro? I really appreciate that. Now, this is the thing I can't understand and apparently can't do anything in. So let's head here. The last time I picked this... Yep, okay. Refill health. Depart, maybe? Now, considering some of the other games we do have to get to tonight, I'll do this level and then we'll move on. Yes, follow me, truck. Hey, no problem, American. My kids are watching a movie with my wife. They actually got out of school today because of weather. And my sister-in-law got out of school today because of weather. And my wife was off today. And I had to work. What the heck is wrong with that guy's face? How are you, Pyro? Yeah. I'm 28, married with 2 kids, so... Am I a winner? Ramming speed! Yay! I did a thing, and it accomplished some stuff. Yay, it leveled up. I have no idea what any of that crap means. Alright. From the looks of things, tonight is the night of the Japanese imports. There is going to be a few of them. Just fair warning. But I think we've reached a point where they're going to get more interesting. The next game on the list is called Gambare Daiku no Gensan, otherwise known as Hammer and Harry. Yeah, at least it might be, if I can find it. Hey, no problem there, Pyro. I will be here. I need to check my folder here. Do I even have it? It appears that I don't have it. And I'm not entirely sure how I ended up missing this one. Hey, give me just a second here. This kind of thing does not happen often. Let's see here. Did that fix it? Yeah, there we go. Well, that was just plain silly. Okay. Seizure warning! Come on. That was a nice new house. It even had a seizure going on behind it. I'm assuming this is something along the lines of, Dad, I have to stop them. No, you can't go. I'm gonna do it anyway. You are no longer my son. Bring me a cookie. Well, okay. I got a hammer. I got a bigger hammer. Okay. Crazy trash can people. See, I knew I was right not to trust you. I'm going to pretend that I understand this game. What? I'm assuming I can stand on this? I don't get to find out. It's a well-constructed game, though. Oh no! Ah! Hammer and Harry Hypo. Anyway. Not a bad game, I'm just really bad at placing the jumps so far. Also have no idea what the green clothes do. Okay. Remember, that was bad. That's much better. Yeah, there we go. Get out of here. Ah, classic Mario style. Can't go backwards. Okay. Ah. Nope. Okay. Thought maybe I could do something with that. I was wrong. Stop putting bad things in there. Animal cruelty. Excuse me, as I hit everything. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. I like this game. It's violent, but lightheartedly so. Come on. I got a big old hammer. I'm not entirely sure why a giant cat is a bad guy, but... Ah, that's why. Weirdo. Aha! The best offense is a good defense. And the best defense is a hammer. Ah, yeah, sure, why not? This is Hammer and Harry, Metalhead, otherwise known as Ganbare Daiku no Gensan. I probably butchered that, but my Japanese is terrible, because I don't know any. I kind of know how to read it, but only kind of. When it's translated to English, that is. I'm assuming you're a bad guy, and I'm confronting you. was something. Well, I think we're going to move on, but first things first. We've got a little thing to do here. Pull that down a bit. Turn it down in my headphones. Alright, we've got some more drawing to do. Let's see, where did the contest go? There you are. Okay. With the middle of the stream here, we're going to draw 3 winners. And the first one is Seb5049. Looks like you did a Twitch follow. I will get in touch with you. Well, I'm getting everybody's email, so you know what? I'm going to email everything out. So, next one. Pokemasters099. Mr. Jeffrey Palmer, according to this. Okay, that's the same person. Like there might be some accidental repeats in here. Oh god, Gleam, why are you so weird? It looks like we have a win for Mr. Pyrokinetic Wolf. So you indeed will get one. That was the non-repeat. Something happened here. did something in Gleam here that ended up making somebody go away. So I may have to watch the thing to figure out who it was, because I'm pretty sure I said how I was going to get in contact with him. But yeah, Pyro, I'll make sure you get your code. Don't worry about that. What's going on here? Somehow Gleam is allowing me to choose duplicates. And because of that, I've accidentally deleted someone from the beginning. But, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but well, apparently if I take the whole 7 minutes, it fades out just fine. Well, that's nice. Happened. Whatever. I'll fix it later. Important thing is that I get my winners worked out. Alright. Now that we've wasted time with that. But congratulations all the winners so far. We've got 2 codes left. 2 codes left. And the contest is still open. !contest if you need that link. Let's see. We are moving on to... if I can get things loaded properly. Ganbare Goemon, which is also known as Legend of the Mystical Ninja. But it's on the list as Ganbare Goemon, so we're playing it now. And of course I got the US version so we can actually read and understand it. That is not going to be the case with the next 3 though. Oh well. That font is so big! Yeah, honestly, I don't need a lot of story. Good old mode 7 for the map. I got a long stick. This one may not look like much right now. But it does actually get into a platforming thing. This is actually one of my favorite games as a kid. Now I've got a yo-yo! Oops. I hit the lady. Okay. Yeah, sandals make it to where I can move faster. Because, you know, having a million... Ow. Having a million sandals makes it to where you can move faster. Oh, come on. Really? Friggin' fish. That lady was worth $50. Oh my gosh, why am I so terrible? Ah. Okay, that's great. You want to give me something I can actually do something with? Here we are with the platforming portion. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tanuki with a giant nutsack. Give me the cat. This really is a great game. Well, that could have been dangerous. Now. Come on. I used to be good at this game. Okay, now that I got that. We're going to give this one more go. And for the sake of time, we'll move on if it ends up being crazy again. Dangerous territory. Be careful. Proceed with caution. I can do that. I just realized I forgot to turn the game back up. We'll take care of it in a minute. That is not even fair. Okay. Alright. Just gotta take it easy. Alright, we're doing alright. There we go. Continue from the elephant. Absolutely continue from the elephant. All right. Now that I remember how to do this. I still suck at it. Look at that. I think I did it. Okay. Well, we've completed that. Since there are 4 of these games to get through, we're going to move on. And unfortunately, here goes the being able to understand portion. Yo! I don't know what that thing is, but we're gonna play as it. Well, this one's already more platformy than the first one. Um... Can I? I'm on a fish! This is surprisingly cool. I must consort with the magic conch. Consult, that's the word. I might have to take some people off. What did I just say yes to? I don't know. Don't really need food, I don't think. See, this is where understanding the language would come in handy. Yeah, because apparently I didn't accomplish what I needed to do. Okay. Well, whatever I'm talking to her about costs 50. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I ate some food. I apparently just pickpocketed that lady. Is that what I was supposed to do? Maybe I don't have enough. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming I don't have enough. I'm attacking people with my hair. That certainly helped, it looked like. You know what, we're just going to go ahead and move on. So that was Ganbare Goman 2. Here's the third game. Okay. Well, you know what? That's great. Don't yell at me like that. Wow. Okay, well the town stuff's completely different. I will be sending the codes out after the stream, which will be closer to 9 o'clock. So in about half an hour. I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't friendly. Apparently I can't swim yet. I'd love to know where I'm supposed to go. And if I could read Japanese, I'm sure I would know. How am I stuck here? Maybe this shrine-looking thing here? I'm not sure what I just paid 20 bucks for, but... This area over here looks promising. Little angry bear dudes everywhere. Where's the platforming part? Honestly, I have no idea. So, we are just going to move on. Hope that the fourth game makes a little more sense. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, those are citizens. So this takes place in space. Give me your money, slug lady. Yeah, tonight's definitely the night of games I can't possibly begin to understand. That was a citizen. Not entirely sure how I was supposed to know that. Guys, I found a platforming stage. Everybody explodes in a glorious ball of fire. Hey. Voice clips are a nice touch. I bet. Nope. Well, I guess I'm not getting that cat. Oh no, you're fine, hon. I'm terrible at this, though.
What are you playing?
Ganbare Goemon 4.
Bless you. Gosh, that sounds like a mouthful.
At least I finally found some platforming portion of it. For not understanding Japanese, I consider that a pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not actually accomplishing much.
Hi, Allie.
Mm. Oh, come on.
Get up here. Let me get you and you run away.
Ha, there we go.
Ugh. I feel absolutely miserable.
Get some rest, honey. This game is crazy. I don't understand it. We're gonna give it to the game over screen. I mean, at number 3, I couldn't even find the platforming portion, so... What is that in the background?
As long as it's not more than 13, you're good.
I feel like progress is being made. The Tanuki's a big CG spinning thing this time around. Okay, well, that's completing a stage for that one. As neat as these games are, and as excited as I was to play them, having loved Legend of the Mystical Ninja, we're gonna move on. Plus, we're getting close to the end of the stream anyway, so I gotta get the last couple games in here for the stopping point that I wanted. The next game Gekisao Sentai Car Ranger Zekai.
I understood car.
Yeah, I think that this game... First off, doesn't want to load. I want to say that this is the Super Nintendo game for the Japanese version of Power Rangers Turbo. And it doesn't even want to load, so... Alright, I guess we're skipping it. Yes, Irikin, I'll be playing Kingdom Hearts in the morning. That's my Proud Mode run, for anyone watching that hasn't seen that before. First time I've ever played Proud Mode, so... No, it's not over. I just can't get a game to load. So we're going to move on. Ghost Sweeper Mikami. That one loaded. Well, okay then. Let's see what this one's all about. Okay, that was a waste. I got a stick. I can smack ghosts with it. So yeah, fighting ghosts as a redhead in a tiny purple dress and a stick. So, it's not terrible. Okay. Now I'm being attacked by giant ghost sperm. Well, you know, like you do. Okay, this one's interesting in the fact that there's some weird enemy design in it. Yeah, it's not so bad. I mean, it's not terribly clunky, and, creeper. I have a feeling that wasn't a ghost that was hurting me. Yeah, I don't think those are ghosts. Fairly certain it's just a creeper. Translation? I'm gonna hit you with my stick! Speaking of getting groped. You know, the little central moan when I get hit's kind of interesting. I'm assuming we're getting there since he's flashing. Yeah! Smoke monster taken care of. Give me that. Give me that. If that skirt was any shorter... No, we don't put clothes on. That's not how this works. Oh. I could probably play this one for a little while. I wonder if there's a translation to it so you can actually know what's going on. But this game is not bad. It's kind of fun, actually. It's just goofy enough. It's not terribly clunky. It's actually fun to play. I'm in a red dress this time. I wonder if the color of her dress is different every stage. Well, you know how dangerous those ghost frogs are? Is that the three-eyed fish from The Simpsons? I like that one. It's got a little range to it, a little height. What? Okay. There were like 6 of those in the previous 2 stages. Oh. Apparently I can't swim. Apparently I also didn't catch a continue point. So, not a terribly difficult game, but not terribly unforgiving when you do screw up. Or not terribly forgiving. There we go. Let me speak correctly. I am surprisingly entertained by this. Cake. Okay. Was that a bubble that was trying to attack me? Those things kind of look like a fish version of Max from Sam and Max. They really do. That is weird. It's okay there, Metalhead. It's never too late to talk about that. Cake. You know what? Let's stop screwing up the platforming. You know, I noticed there's some slight pixelation in the background to try and give it more depth. Like, oh, it's out of focus. We're clever like that. I'm not entirely sure how exactly I'm catching on to those, but it's working, so... Cake. I don't want to fight a little girl. Okay, maybe I do, because that's scary. Creepy friggin' dolls. Ah. Let's try it one more time. It's the only shot I get, really. Oh, come on, Irikin, really? And don't go abusing that power, man. Wow. That one is rough. Well, anyway, that is the game that I wanted to end on, which I think was a perfect game to end on. And you know what? this music sounds good for the last 2 drawings of the contest, so I'm just gonna go with it. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so our last 2 winners of the evening are Midgel 10200 God, they order these in such a weird way. Why can't they order them in the way that... Because now I've lost track. Looks like Invertox? Yeah, that's the next one that was drawn. Okay, so Invertox and Midgel. So that is our contest. So, as always, thanks everyone for coming out. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, throw a follow at MarcusRaven86. Also, throw that follow on Twitter, because that's where I do all my stream announcements and some cool things every so often. And tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, I will be playing Proud Mode on Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix. I always end up sneezing at inopportune times. And then 6 p.m. I should be doing something with somebody in the co-op crapshoot. I don't know what yet, but we'll get it figured out. But yeah. So 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow, and then I will be back on Monday, 7 p.m. with more Super Nintendo stuff. Let's see, some of what might be a highlight for next time. We've got the Go-Go Ackman trilogy. Those are fun games, even if you can't understand them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like we might have a good number of Japanese games mixed back in, so it'll be a lot of me not knowing what's going on, kind of like tonight was. So yeah, Monday at 7 for that. So, wow, the demo for this game makes me wish I played it more. I'm riding a giant... Well, she's riding a giant cat. This game is cool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up with the post-show. Enjoy the post-show song. It's become one of my new favorites. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!